everyone, Green Panda here and welcome back to another one of my videos. Just to clarify, this video does end with a happy ending. I still don't like Adobe, but Adobe themselves are not that bad. They are not the villains, so yeah. This happened back in 2015. The reason why I'm talking about it now is that hopefully Adobe doesn't break my door with a SWAT team for a credit card fraud. That's not entirely what happened, but close enough, so I'll explain in the video. Okay, back in 2015 to 2016, my credit card that I used all the time was expiring. No problem, I will get a new card anyway. So I thought I'll buy Adobe Creative Cloud with all the programs for a student, with a student discount attached, and have a year trial. And then when my card expired, boom, no more Adobe. And if I wanted to reuse and then reuse a new card attached to it, so I can keep paying for it if I want to keep it, or just let it go down with the expired card. Simple, right? Well, when my card would run out eventually, I would cancel the plan independent if I used Adobe or not. Truth is, I didn't have time to sit down and go through every single trial version of a program. It takes more than 30 days to use something. Okay, life gets in the way, you have to go through hours of tutorials, and sometimes you just plain don't feel like using something that you know is going to be difficult to use. Like, I hate Photoshop, clearly. I think it's dumb that Photoshop isn't even an art program that people push to be something everyone should use. It's practically useless. Photoshop is like a house that is just beams of sticks sticking up, and you have to supply the brick, plastic, electric pipes, etc. and you have to put in the work yourself and pay additional fees to use something that should have came with the bloody program itself. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Photoshop. I've watched a YouTuber who had to pay for a pen stabilizer to have smooth lines in Photoshop. And then there's Clip Studio, the next door house that has everything, brushes, comic layouts, and what do you know? Pen stabilizers along with color swatches and etc. It's just, I hate Photoshop. But again, this was back in 2015. That was my view on it now, so maybe in 5 years time it might have changed, or it might still be shit. Who knows? I am not touching Photoshop with a 50-foot pole, okay? And there was more programs that came with Creative Cloud, like Adobe Animate, CC. I did not even bother. I tried to learn that in college, and well, my brain is not hardwired for animation. I accepted that. Next was the other shite that was lumped in with Creative Cloud, like Lightroom. What the fuck was that about? Like, what even was that? Was that just another version of Photoshop? Why have Photoshop if you're gonna have Lightroom? Illustrator? What even is that? What the fuck? So the only thing I used was Premiere Pro. But I was using that in college before I was paying for it, so I knew how it worked, and that was great. But the worst part is that even when I had it for free, it kept crashing. It kept saying, we will send a report to get this fixed. Bullshit. And I started paying for it, you know, with actual money for Premiere Pro, thinking, here, since I'm paying for the program that crashes all the time, you would think it won't crash as much. Spoiler alert, the file updated to a new Premiere Pro and it crashed even more. Back in 2015, this was like an issue. My thought process was, who is paying for this shite? This is why people pirate programs, okay? Like, why? So a year passes without me using anything in Creative Cloud. I tried, but I just, nothing made me want to use it. And again, the whole using it for a year for all these programs, I think a part of me was like, don't bother getting attached, because you'll probably just don't want to use this after anyway, and you could get like free, you know, programs anyway that'll probably be better than actually paying. So yeah, my thought process was, why am I bothering? So I just kept using Premiere Pro to make videos, and that was pretty much it. Not to mention, I was paying for Adobe through a student discount at $16.99, but then it got bumped up to $24.99. You might not think that's a difference, but to my bank account, I was hitting the negatives. All right, well, not exactly, but I was kind of freaking out that I was only get like £20 in the bank, even though payday was like 3 weeks away. I was freaking out. I was like, that is not good. So yeah. Oh yeah, I was doing fine until the price went up and I was confused and wondered why that happened. Well, my contract for a year ended, but instead of stopping the products when my card expired and asking to resign a new contract, they barreled through, kept my subscription, and bumped up the price, taking the student discount away, so I was paying full price. And I was like, what? So now to clarify, I was at college, I was trying to find a job at that point, I had lots of things piled up. Maybe I was not reading that terms of service right and assumed things, and this was the first time, like, as an adult buying a contract for something. Like, my phone bill was sorted by my dad and everything else. So this was like the first adult thing I paid for independently. So of course everything went tits up. So at least I happened with Adobe and not a scam or anything else. So I'm lucky for that, but still, it could have went so much better, and it could have also went so much worse. So I'm not really blaming them for that. I'm saying that was probably me being a dumbass young adult waddling into adulthood like a new Bambi digger, and I might have fell face first into the Adobe mud pit and just blamed Adobe for that when it could have been me. What I'm trying to say is that something else happened that was entirely their fault. Here we go. So I thought I'll cancel my plan, Googled it, and realised you have to pay £100 to get out of Adobe. That definitely feels like a mafia, why you have to pay more to like leave it, while other programs you could just cancel and boop, there we go. It's like, why do you have to pay more to leave? Like, to stop using your products? Like, that makes no sense. But again, 2015 might have changed, or it's still going. I still hate Adobe before that, if that's the case. So that's why I waited a year. I realized I was waiting for a specific time slot, a very limited window to jump out of this crazy train, so I wouldn't have to pay to leave. I could just like end my contract after a year to say, whoop, I tried, but it didn't work. But I missed the train slot. My card was expired. I was having issues, and so instead of waiting another year of paying for things I won't use, I then went to my account where I clearly saw a cancel button months prior beforehand, so I know how to use it just in case I want to leave. And that cancel button vanished. It was just gone. I don't know where it went. As if those fuckers read my mind. So the panic is valiantly pushed back, and I think, stay calm. Just go to the help button, and instead of getting in through with a person who worked at Adobe or help desk, or God forbid a robot, I was sent to a forum chat room with a bunch of assholes like me who were also looking for the cancel button as if it just took a vacation. It was like gone, and I was like, where's the cancel button? And everyone's like, I don't fucking know. And there was no one there, no tech support with the chat talking to explain why the cancel button was gone. Maybe the site went down, maybe they were editing things and the cancel button just mysteriously vanished. No, it was gone months ago. They could have fixed this by now. So I am there for hours clicking links upon links that people promise will help. I look up and my browser has about 20 plus tabs open of the same community forum. It was just the same forum opened up 50 million times. Every link I clicked for help, it kept taking me there. It wasn't taking me to an email or a person or even, God forbid, a phone number. At this point, I was looking for a phone number and I couldn't even find one. And I was very anxious that day because, again, I wanted to quit Adobe and I just wanted to get out of this hellhole, and I'm thinking, I am never paying for a contract for a subscription thing ever again. I'm just gonna fucking pirate things. Good Christ. So what do? I finally find a phone number that was not on the Adobe help page. Guess where it was? It was on a Reddit page, so that's amazing. And why was calling them such a big deal? Okay, I don't have anxiety. I have not been diagnosed with anxiety, but the thing is, I do live in the UK, and unless you're bouncing off the walls or you're showing obvious signs of something, if you don't have issues, they do not actually diagnose or tell you or even say, hey, can you get checked out for this thing? No, as long as you act normal, you are normal in the UK eyes, because I was not thinking for dyslexia until I was in college. I went through primary and secondary, which is pretty much like junior high and high school and all that to you guys. I went through my whole teenage life going through education with actual teachers, by the way, who were supposed to, look out for me. They did not even care or notice that I was dyslexic. And it was really bad dyslexia too, as in I can't concentrate on multiple things at the same time. It was my college lecturer, and she just thought it was dumb, and she was like, there we go, you're dyslexic, get out of this IT course. And I was like, okay, I'm going, like Boo Boo the clown. It was so annoying. So yeah, I do not have anxiety, but some things do make me anxious, and phones make me anxious. I do have an aversion to phones. I can never pick up a phone because usually it's bad news, like a relative calling. Like nothing bad with a relative, just like an auntie who's like, hey, it's me, your auntie. And I'm like, who are you? And they're like, you bitch, it's me. And I'm like, you don't... Yeah, like, I don't see you all the time, so I don't know who you are. So yeah, it's very awkward. Bad cackle feedback, so you can't even understand because it's like white noise. It's like on the phone, so you can't understand them. You're like, what? Huh? Who is this? Who? I don't know who you are, just hang up, and it's really embarrassing. And sometimes it's someone important, like my workplace, who tell me, hi, you should have been at work. You haven't got holidays in. They're not being approved, you dumbass. And I'm like, ah! So I have to run out the house and thingies. But if I ignore the phone call, please, I could probably be like, oh, I wasn't in. So I could just like claim ignorance. So again, phone calls just make me really stressed out because I've never had a good phone call. So there's that. So yeah, scared of phones. I have anxiety. But I was pushed to the breaking point, to the point where I literally wanted a phone number. I wanted to talk to someone to ask them what the fuck was going on. If it's tech support, that was my worry. If it was tech support and you can't understand what they're saying since they are using tech jargon, almost as if they are speaking Klingon. Like, again, it doesn't really matter, like, if they have accents, you know, majority of the time to speak English, speak as if it's another language, it doesn't really matter. I can understand that fine, that's totally okay, not discriminating, okay? Majority of the times they do sound British, so it's alright. It's just the fact that the white noise, along with the jargon speak, and someone tried to tell me what to do, and I'm flustered and thinking, oh my god, I'm a fucking idiot, I don't know what I'm doing. So that was my worry. And the worst part is that I am comparing it to when I was a child and when we had dial-up phones and the quality was not that great. And I've just now realised, because I don't go on the phone that much because of my aversion and I use my mobile instead, is that now phones in the house do not sound as bad as they used to. I sound like such a sheltered brat, but yeah, just go off, I guess. So my credit card expired is what I tell them, and that was the reason, since technically my card was expired, no money was going out. I had Adobe for a couple of months without paying. So terrified I was about to get swatted, I wanted to put my new card in there to pay for the months I missed and pay the extra 100 to leave Adobe. Like, honestly, I'm a nice person. I want to pay things, especially for people who try to make Adobe great, even though I feel like they're not really trying that hard because Adobe's still shit. But still, it's like, I'm not going to assume. I do want to pay people what they are worth and do. So yeah, at this point, I was sick, tired, angry, and just wanted Adobe gone from my laptop and never use it ever again. I was especially pissed when the cancel button was gone. It felt like entrapment, okay? So I was getting like really scared, and then when I was Googling Adobe, there was lots of horror stories of like all these sketchy things Adobe was doing at the moment. I forgot what they were, but it was like weird stuff, and so I was like, so I wanted to get out. But this call did everything and more, so now I can't say anything bad about Adobe without feeling like a complete dick. Okay, so the guy was nice and I could hear and understand him perfectly because the phone quality was Gucci, and we figured it out together and tried to sort out this mess. So I put my new card on and say, okay, now I want to cancel Adobe and get rid of it straight after. And he was like, you want to do what? You heard me. I bet he was super confused because I did not explain I wanted to clear any missed bills. I didn't pay, I just slingshotted straight into cancellation. So he was like, if you leave, you have to pay. And I was like, £100, I was guessing. Didn't say this, I thought this. And he's like, you had to pay £80. And I was like, what? I was saving £20. Like, get me out of here right now. I was like, yes, I definitely want to quit. I was not telling him it was originally 100. Who knows if it'll go up or even higher. So nah, I'm getting out now. I want to quit the gym. So he's like, well, okay, sorted, you no longer use Adobe products. And I uninstalled that shit so fucking fast, goddamn. So now it's all over, and I was just waiting for that big fat bill as a parting farewell from Adobe, and I was just waiting for it. And it's 2020. And I have still not paid additional or the £80 to leave. So that guy loved me. Yay! So Adobe was iffy, but their customer service was a delight. So I actually got a couple months free, plus without buying myself out. So yeah, I'm still worried that Adobe will find this and just straight up like slap me in the face with a huge ass bill, and even more for like not seeing anything until now. Like, that's the reason why I waited so long, so I was in the clear. But if something happens now I'll know Adobe is fucking watching me. But they don't, yay! Adobe's amazing because they don't care. But other than that, that was me trying to leave the Adobe family. That was like the weirdest thing that's happened. And sorry if the title misled you a bit and expecting something even more juicy, especially with all the weird stuff Adobe has done. They have done things, I just forgot what it was at this moment in time, but still. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!